right, so today's item for the webinar is open banking really revolutionizing open payments, and we realized that the best way to go about this is probably to actually compare open banking payments, what we call direct payments here at FinShark, with some of the existing and popular payment solutions out there on the market. So today we are comparing 4 different payment methods and trying to see who will potentially come out on top. So we are scoring each of these 4 solutions on a score 1 to 5, where 5 of course is the best and 1 is the lowest score, using 6 different key criteria. And we'll get back to those criteria as we move into the comparison. But I think that this is a great way to approach the landscape, to put these different solutions towards each other. The first key criteria, a super important key criteria, is user friendliness. We're only going to talk about the 2 top scorers in each criteria, and in this case you can see that it's Swish and direct payments who in our eyes are the top performers when it comes to user friendliness. So Swish, talking about user friendliness, I mean, it is a solution that is limited only here to Sweden, and of course that creates a lot of limitations, but otherwise really perceived as a user-friendly solution. It's once you have it installed, of course you need to download the app, you need to configure it, but once installed, many believe that it's really super simple to use, with nice features such as the calculator, using favorites, and also the possibility to verify the recipient. Good features. A high score, actually 5 out of 5. But then we have direct payments as well. No need for downloads, no need for login or any information, just top of mind information that you already have and only a smartphone, then you're good to go. It's really versatile, it works in a lot of different channels, pretty much all digital channels. You can also verify the recipient, and there are no limitations when it comes to the amount of money you can send, or for instance, if you want to use different accounts for different payments. But overall, 2 clear high performers in this key criteria area, Swish and direct payments. Settlement speed. And I know that this is an area that many are talking about, many are quite interested in. And also here, as you can see, 2 top performers, actually both tying in on 5 points each. It's direct payments and Swish. Talking about direct payments, we can see that it's already now actually instant in many cases, when you actually use these open banking rails between the banks and your providers, such as FinShark, for instance. Then talking about Swish, the runner-up, super simple in this case as well. Instant, working well, but only here in Sweden. What is going on when it comes to safety? Okay, in this case, maybe not a big surprise by now. This is the 3rd key criteria, and as you can see, we have 2 distinct winners again. It's Swish and it's direct payments. We have them both coming in at 5 points each due to some really good factors that they are carrying with them. Both of them are using strong customer authentication as a means to verify your payment. Here in Sweden, that means bank ID. In other markets, there are different strong customer authentication methods, but they work in the same way, making sure that the user is always safe. Pretty much 0 fraud, 0 chargeback. And of course, you can, before sending away the money, also verify that you are sending the money to the right recipient. And I think that creates a very good, positive feeling in the sender, no matter if it's a consumer or a company representative sending money, that you actually know that this money with this specific amount at this point in time is being sent to the right recipient. Very good features built into this technology. So irreversibility, that is also really cool, because as you can see here, it's 2 top performers also in this key criteria area. It's direct payments and Swish, both coming in at 5 points each. They are both irreversible. They are both working the way that you want them to work. Actually, open banking payments, what we call here at FinShark, the direct payments, they are actually constructed in a way so that they are irreversible, as actually decided by law and the regulatory technical standards that are a part of the European legislation PSD2. All right, moving into coverage then, and this one is a bit different, as you can see, and this is where cards, to us at least, really shines. Card is a mature solution. It's been around for a long time. It's really working globally. And that means that as a customer, you can travel pretty much everywhere around the globe and still be able to use your credit card to pay your way forward. But as a merchant, it also of course means that you can actually get paid from customers in all different markets. All right, last key criteria, that is fees. And of course, this is a key criteria, and we wanted to illustrate the main differences when it comes to fees by just giving you two schematic overviews of card payments versus payment initiation. That is actually the open banking digital payments. So as you can see here, when you're looking at the card payments, it's not really hard to understand why they are quite pricey. Then we're looking to the right and you can see the schematic overview of an open banking payment, a direct payment. You can pretty much see that it's just a matter of customer, a merchant, and using the customer bank to send money to the merchant, using a provider such as FinShark to facilitate the full process. That's it. Okay, so by now you're probably thinking about what is the overall score, who has got out on top. And here it is. This is the overall score. We have a gold medalist bringing home the big trophy today, and it is direct payments. And of course, you might think that we are biased. We are definitely biased for a good reason. We are working with open banking technology and open banking payments. But there are many, many objective reasons to why direct payments are such a good payment solution. And we have tried to summarize some of these in this slide as well. It's safe, really user-friendly, works in all types of digital channels, no limitations to the amounts that you're able to pay. You can switch between different accounts. You can initiate the payments, SMS, email, apps, website, etc. The settlement is really quick already now, and with P27 it's going to be instant all over the Nordic region. So a lot of really positive things, both for the consumer or the corporation that you have as a customer, because it works just pretty much as good for a consumer as for a company. If you're doing B2B or B2C, it doesn't really matter. And it's also really good for the merchant. And last but not least, of course, a lot lower fees, more money left in the wallet, in the bank for you as a merchant. And that's it. Thanks for listening today. Thanks for participating. Really enjoyed talking about payments today with all of you. Thank you very much.